You know, see the damage? That was insane just now. That one burst, like 7 mil DPS, 7 mil damage in like less than a second. As Marion ranges, you go here. Wait, you go up here, and there's a secret passageway. Oh my god. What the heck? Barracks Pass, Barracks Respite, Barracks Grip. Yo, what? Oh my god. Yo guys, I'm gonna make a quick video on this new ring that was only discovered less than 12 hours of when I'll release this video. And shout out to K, Coda K, and Travik who were generously enough to expose and show how this ring is made, which you saw in the clip earlier. And at the moment, the price of this ring is it is 40 divines. At the time when we found out, I was able to create it with like maybe 3 or 4 divs worth of the 3 other rings. And I'm going to showcase and show how like this ring is insanely broken. Probably one of the most broken power spike rings that an item could give for any build, especially for this build Twisters. I would say for right now, it's probably giving me 3 times more damage compared to if I didn't have it. So first off, the ring gives permanent triple elemental ailment ground effect. So as you can see, it's like with the Avatar, Last Airbender, we have all 3 elements, which means we also get 150% extra damage from each element. So it's probably 100% extra for most people because you probably have 50% from either Wake of Destruction or Ice Tip Arrows. But because of this one ring slot, you get to drop your previous way of creating elemental ailment ground. So I had Wake of Destruction. I know like a shit ton of people had Wake of Destruction 2 before. You gotta drop that, get more res, rarity, defenses on the boots, and then you get more prefixes on like other items. It's really insane how much you get from this ring. So just from the 100% extra damage from the 2 extra elements you get from the taming on your Twisters and Whirling Slash, that already 2 times doubles your damage if you have no specific element scaling on Twisters. And a lot of people don't actually have specific element scaling. You have like what? Attack damage, Ellie Pen, elemental damage with attacks, so that affects all 3 elements anyways. So just alone, for most Twister builds, that's already 2x damage. But there's something else that you could do to pretty much boost that double times damage to triple 3 times damage, which I've done, is that I've added Trinity to the build. I know there's a good amount of people who have Trinity as well already set up, but for me at least, around 100 divs into the build, I was cruising through maps, bosses without Trinity on my Deadeye setup. But with this ring, you like pretty much have to use Trinity, or else you're missing out a lot of free damage. And it's insane how how easy it is to set it up, because I tried Trinity before without this ring, and it's quite rough to get the triple elements to get going. But this ring makes it really like a lot easier than before, because you don't have to take account of like the extra 50% you get from like the lightning shock round from Wake or the cold damage from Ice of Arrows, but instead you get 50 extra for each element, right? So as long as you're able to get like triple elements damage on your Twisters to be relatively similar in your hideout, that will probably be enough. But you still gotta test the maps with Trinity. At the moment, my fire is a little low, but that's because I have a support gem on Whirling Lance that gives 50% extra damage, and pretty much all 3 of my numbers are almost identical in terms of the average damage, right? You would add up the range or add up the numbers together, and you divide by 2, and then you want pretty much all 3 numbers to be pretty similar. Lightning will probably be a little higher just because the range is higher, so you want this to be probably the highest cap. But you just gotta try and see how your Trinity is on the top left. Even with like two elements as being the capped resonance from Trinity instead of 3, just in case like it's hard to like cap out all 3. That's already what? You get 100 affinity per element, so you get 2. You get what? 36% more damage, right? Which is insane. You don't get the skill speed though, because you need at least 2.5 elements to be fully capped. But yeah, the increased damage you get on this build with Trinity and the taming is insane. and it pretty much applies to almost every Twister build out this league. I've looked into all sorts of Twister builds like Abyssal Lich, a Spirit Walker, the Ordained setup with the new Arbiter Spear. You can pretty much make this work with all those builds, and it would like genuinely give you like 2 to 3 times damage like minimum. And the res on the ring is insane, and increase 60% damage total, 20% per ailments. And if you're using this ring, you're probably gonna afflict all 3 ailments anyways. So that's already insane. 60% increase ailments, 30% elemental res, and yeah. Hopefully we'll keep finding more insane tech for Twisters, which we have in the past 3 days on stream. And yeah, take it easy.